Live.
We're live, and we just finished watching the Sony E3 2018 press conference. I'm Jeff.
I'm Nick.
And this is Nick versus Jeff React.
I guess I'll react, yeah.
So Nick, what was your favourite thing they showed?
Oh, by far it was Spider-Man for the... Are we talking to each other or are we talking to the camera?
No, you can do whatever you want. Talk to the camera.
Want to talk to you? You're going to look... So, I'll talk to Django. Yeah, like, by far Spider-Man. Like, I haven't looked at any other extra trailers from the game apart from the trailer that Sony showed last year at E3. Because I didn't really want to have any spoilers for the game, but I don't know, it's E3 and the mood is in the air and I couldn't resist. I had to watch the trailer and it just looks phenomenal. Like, the game of my dreams.
Just the ending where they had all of your villains together ganging up on
Yeah,
Spider-Man. It's just like, well, here's the main 5 guys. Here's probably all your main side quests you're going to work towards.
Just reveal after reveal. Like, for it to start off with, like, Electro going berserk and then releasing just a bunch of inmates. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, he's released a bunch of prisoners. That gives you some goons to fight. But then Scorpion shows up. Rhino shows up. Vulture shows up. And who else was there? Was there anyone else there? There was
Rhino, Vulture, Scorpio, Mr. Negative Man. He's cool. He's my favourite because he's brand new.
Well,
and he's got cool colours.
He's not really. He's not. I guess he's brand new.
Is he new to the game? I thought he was a new character made for the game.
Oh, yeah, okay. As far as the games go, I think all the Spider-Man games I've ever played, I don't think he's ever been in them. But he's been in the Spider-Man universe for a while.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, like by far my most anticipated game ever. Like it just looks awesome. But as far as I don't know. What about you? What the big thing?
I think the Resident Evil 2 remake for me.
You know it was coming though, right?
I think that it was hinted that it was coming. I don't know if it was actually official.
There's been rumours that it's been being made for the last couple of years, but finally
seeing starting out as the rat and just watching where the rat's going around. I'm like, I feel like I know this hallway where it is, and then you see the licker. Oh, I thought it was a licker at the first, but then it was the rat, and then the rat gets squished, and those lickers attacking Leon or the other dude.
Initially, I thought like when it first started, I was like, oh, the way this also sort of dark and danky. I was like, oh, maybe this is Resident Evil, but it didn't say anything. And then you're running around as some sort of critter, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it's a new game. Maybe it's like some sort of like you play as a rat, and it's I don't know.
But it looks like a brand new game. It's none of that pre-rendered graphics. As long as they've got a Leon story and a Claire story, or Claire side B, Leon A, or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, to be honest,
and a bit of Ada mystery, then I'm all for it.
Like, I'm not completely sold on the way that Leon looked. I guess he looks probably closer to how he looked back then. But I feel like in the last few years, he's sort of, especially with number 4 and then...
I just need the RE4 Leon voice actor back. That's all I really want.
I don't think he's there. But, yeah, like, super excited to play that. And it looks like they're doing it, like, it's a complete remake. Because then, I mean, it looks as if you still visit the same areas. Like, you start off at the police precinct and then you go throughout the city, but the camera's also over the shoulder, so it's not a fixed camera anymore.
I didn't even notice that.
There was a part where he rocked up. It looked like there was a big mansion or a church or something, and he rocks up, and the camera was over his shoulder. So I'm assuming that it could go either way. It's a first look at a game, so it could be.
Probably one of my other favorites was Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima. Feudal Japan. Everyone wants an Assassin's Creed set in Japan. That's never going to happen. So this is the next closest thing.
It might happen.
Those grass physics, wow! That ending with all the leaves falling down. I wish I lived in a cool country where autumn was, awesome.
Well, have Sucker Punch. They haven't made anything since it was Infamous 1, Infamous 2. Then they made the First Blood, and then Russian Blood.
They made Second Son,
and then Second Son. So this is their game after Second Son, right?
No,
so it
launched.
Looks super cool. I mean,
4 years ago.
I'm not really a big fan of feudal Japan, but like it looks really cool. Like the grass physics and. Just look at all these grass physics. But when that battle comes and he's fighting her with all the leaves falling down everywhere, and really the sun setting in the background, looked great. It looks like fun.
I think I even want to play Kingdom Hearts 3. I wasn't so sold on the Frozen section in the Microsoft press conference, but seeing the Pirates of the Caribbean version of the game looked much more better, much more entertaining.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've never played a Kingdom Hearts game?
I've never played a
Kingdom Hearts game. So if there is people watching, maybe sound off in the comments as to whether or not we need to play the other 2 games, or however many games there are.
1.5, 2.5, 2.8 HD remix.
If we need, let us know if we need to play those before we play this one. But it looks cool. I mean, they announced the Frozen, world at the Sony the Microsoft conference. Now this one's got like a Pirates of the Caribbean one as well, and the Toy Story's in there, and I don't know. it looks like it, and especially just the style of it looks really fun and entertaining. And
All right.
but
So before we move on to the last/first game that what they showed off, what do you think of their presentation and style?
well, yeah, it started, and I was like, what is going on? Because the last like 2 or 3 years, they've had this really awesome. Just really great stage and setup, and it's looked phenomenal.
And just before we go on, like just seeing the Microsoft one with all their screens and all the Xboxes lined
That's right,
up,
yeah,
just like wow, they put so much effort into this, and it was amazing.
Yeah, they had like a dozen TVs, and that's the same stage Microsoft has used for the last few years as well.
It's so cool, but this one's like, he was a tent.
They're just like a danky ass tent.
It made sense.
And yeah, they obviously it was for The Last of Us, big reveal, not big reveal, but like just a big trailer for that or big demo preview of that. So it was. Initially, I was like, what is going on? But then, obviously, they showed that and cut off to people a couple of people from Sony talking for a little bit, and that was, again, really boring. Like, started really high, then it sort of hit the brakes big time with the guy playing the
banjo or whatever.
Yeah, and then, you cut to them going to the new studio, and the guy's playing whatever Japanese instrument that was again for a couple minutes. I was like, oh, geez, they really hit the brakes after that awesome Last of Us presentation.
But yeah, Last of Us, it was just so bloody, so violent.
I think the whole presentation, like the whole conference, was really violent.
Yeah, I'm either getting old or things just getting, I'm too tame now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
we went for that realistic kiss, and video game characters can never kiss because they always their lips collide and it doesn't look right.
Awkward, yeah.
And then you go from this kiss to this crazy neck stab with the blood gushing out everywhere, and then. Limbs falling off and people's guts falling out.
Do you remember
it's too intense.
The first Last of Us had the similar thing as well. Like, remember that when the trailer ended for the first one, and it ends with Joel just blowing off someone's head?
Yeah, that was the graphics one is intense, but
so it's still pretty intense. But and even when Ghosts of Tsushima started, that was a bit bloody as well.
That was bloody. Everything about the conference was bloody.
And Resident Evil, nice and bloody then with the zombie biting into the neck. It doesn't bother me, but I was like, oh wow, they're really not.
Even Death Stranding had the toenail.
Oh yeah, that was
bloody as well.
Yeah, I cringed at that.
But obviously we found out a bit more about Death Stranding. It's a package delivery game. It's going to be really exciting, really fun.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but that trailer sort of explains the trailer that we saw last year, where. What's his name? Norman Reedus' character wakes up and he's all naked and he picks up the baby and he's hugging it. And so I'm assuming that because they said over the comms that that's all right. If something happens to you, you'll come back.
You'll come back, but his delivery won't.
So I'm assuming that he can die and he'll just come back and be naked.
But sadly, no date for Death Stranding. So maybe we'll see that at for E3 next year, 4 years in a running.
Yeah,
maybe.
I still don't think you'll see that game till probably September, October, maybe not even next year, the year after that. It wouldn't surprise me. Maybe 2020, I think that game will come out.
We had a few more announcements. Call of Duty 4 Black Ops maps. Yay. Yeah. None of us played that. There was a new Tetris game you're talking about before. Tell us more about that, Nick.
Yeah, well, in the days leading up to E3, Sony announced a handful of games, including the Beat Saber, which I'm super keen for.
That looks really cool.
And there's a Tetris game being made by the guy who made, I think it's Luminous and Meteos, so that'll be really fun. It's Tetris, but it's being made by a guy who knows what he's doing with those type of games. What else was there?
There's a bunch of VR crap shown, but then they showed a really cool... the cool VR game was about Beat Saber, like you said.
Yeah.
Stuff about Destiny.
I don't know. I think for me, there's too much blood in the water.
And there's a new Rick and Morty-ish style VR experience.
It's not Rick and Morty. It's
made by the Rick and Morty team.
Justin Roiland has a big hand in it. So I don't know what it is. It looked ridiculous, and I'm on board to give it a go.
And they had Neo 2 as well. I haven't played the first one, but the second one looks cool.
Well, it's not really out because Neo and Nier Automata came out pretty much within the time frame of when Breath of the Wild came out. So. They're just games that we missed. And
I'd already had my Dark Souls Bloodborne fixed by that time anyway.
Maybe I'll go back and play them, but I don't know. There's so many good games all the time, and it's too much for...
And I think we've covered nearly everything.
What else? Because we took a couple notes during the show. Well, Jeffrey took a lot of extra notes in the show. What do we got? Days Gone. They showed... it was just a little montage of Days Gone, Destiny.
That's it.
I guess Tsushima, Rick and Morty. Kingdom Hearts 3, Death Stranding, 2, and Spidey. Yeah, I'm so impressed with with Spider-Man. Still didn't see Dreams or whatever.
They kept showing snippets of Dreams, or I think it was Dreams, but I'm glad they didn't show any more because I don't care. And I don't want anyone else to care either.
Like, I feel bad. Well, because they showed that game, whatever it was, like 5-6 years ago or something like that. It's the guys that made Little Big Planet. There was one trailer.
They had the Move controllers.
Yeah, years ago, and it just looked weird and terrible, and no one knew what was going on, and still no word on what it was. So I mean, I wasn't really interested to begin with, but that didn't really make it look any better.
All right, well, I think that pretty much wraps it up, Nick. Definitely can't look forward to playing Spider-Man the most out of anything, and that's real soon. So we'll be back at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to show you the Nintendo.
Is it 4 a.m.?
No, it's 2 a.m.
Is it 2 a.m.? Okay.
Nintendo showcases at 2 a.m. So we'll probably be live at like 2:30 a.m.
Well, let's be hopeful.
No one has to watch.
Let's say we'll be hopeful,
and let's be real.
Let's just say we'll be live at like 3 a.m. Maybe even 3:30 a.m. when that finishes. Hopefully it goes for like 2 hours. But
it said 30 minutes.
No, did it really? It said 30 minutes? Oh, God damn it, Nintendo.
Pray for Nintendo.
Pray for Nintendo.
There'll be a Nick vs. Jeff episode on the weekend, 8 a.m. So look forward to it then.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See you later. I'm just going to keep awkwardly looking at the camera to hit that stop button any second now.